This, you know what's going
Well,
on.
we are back. Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Jacob, or JC, and I'll be your Dungeon Master for tonight. And tonight is a special one indeed, as it is session 100 of D&D 5e Papihos. I'm joined here by 5 wonderful people, Helminia, James, Suzanne, Alpha, Jazz, each playing their respective characters of Rem, Zex, Suna, Gilgamesh, and Nime. If I'm seeming to talk fast, it's because I am, and is because our stream experienced a little bit of technical difficulties, but it's par for the course, especially for a special milestone, for something to go wrong. It will only prove me more right if there is a extra issue today, for it being our first stream with 3 numbers, 100, but for that, we get a little bit of a quicker recap, I think. Because if you truly want to know everything that happens, please just watch the episodes. Put it on during a car ride. I don't know. It's your life. But where we last left off, the Festival of Fire in Greywall was happening. The anniversary of the death of Abrazdul the World Eater. At the festival, our heroes were able to enjoy all different manner of games, finding out that those who had strength, such as Gil and Nime of the more natural muscular variety, dominated these games. However, all was not well within this festival, and soon much, if not all of the group, gave way to the paranoia slowly enveloping them all. This came to a head during the 2 speeches, one revealing the memorial for the actual Battle of the Scattered Woods against the World Eater, as all of them were on high alert, and then finally coming to a head when the doctor gave them a note apologizing for what was about to happen and telling them to prioritize saving themselves. Upon this, they got away from the actual event and went to gear up, but in that time an explosion rocked the stage, and when they teleported back, the king and the ambassador of war were nowhere to be seen, and the ambassadors and arbiters were dropping. The master of evocation revealed themselves to be Lackham, one of the 7 Ascended, and through polymorphing, the crows and ravens that surrounded the festival revealed themselves to be the other members of the 7 Ascended and began killing large swaths of the crowd. Our heroes now find themselves in a bitter battle, being yelled at by the doctor on one side to escape to the west part of the square, and torn between abiding by those instructions, wreaking personal revenge against the Ascended, and saving those who they care about that are caught in the crossfire. Which is where we came in. In round 3 of initiative, we started with Zex attempting to Psychic Lance Kalung, this large purple-pink shimmering arcane energy appearing in the skull of the red-furred demigod. However, using a legendary resistance, he bit down and broke through the psychic paralysis, shaking it off and actually moving himself forward to bite deeply down into Gil's arm. The Celestial Ascended, known as Pakot, tried to take control of Esumi's, Nime's teacher and companion's mind, but he was able to break through it with an indomitable roll of a natural 20. Where we had many issues was right when we were about to roll damage for Gil, as the first bite takes a chunk out of your arm, and the second to hit Gilgamesh is a 23.
There a second one?
Yeah, he's attacked twice every time.
There's
There's been a second
I
attack.
one at a time. Oh, okay.
Do
Yeah,
both of
though
those
you
hit?
said it was a 20. You said a 23?
23 for the second one.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just roll all of it.
Do it. You won't.
13. 27 total piercing damage with 14 necrotic damage.
Hey. That doesn't feel good.
I didn't expect it to.
Oh. That's whatever. It's lame.
As we move on to the next turn, we go to Gordos's turn, where either in a something that rises concern or guilty relief in any of you, you can see him still standing on the stage in his tiefling form as he kind of looks around, smiles at what he's accomplished, and simply disappears in an arcane swirl of energy. He's no longer on the stage. All right. Next, we'll move to legendary action from Gluttony. My boy, Kalunglut. Boy, natural 20, Gil.
Is he being hit with a natural 20?
Yes, he is.
I'd like for that not to happen.
So
Reasonable.
what if hypothetically, theoretically even,
Mm-hmm.
I were to tell you that my AC were 20?
Yeah, but a natural 20.
But isn't it not a natural 20?
It's not a natural 20. Would you like me to... Bruh, he's hitting with his modifier on a 20. He's just not critting.
I know.
You take 15 points of piercing damage and 7 points of necrotic damage.
You know what? No, I'm putting my foot down. I'm not taking 15 points of... wait, how much necrotic damage was it?
7.
I'm putting my foot down. I'm negating damage.
Okay,
People are saying things about things.
got you.
Oh, that's a big number. So would I have to choose like one or the other to like reduce the damage?
No,
off
it's
of, or-
just if you overheal, it's from one attack. It's the same attack. It's just different damage types.
So that's a total of 13. So I'll take the 7 off of the necrotic and then 6 off of the piercing.
Sounds good.
So that's what, down to 11 piercing?
All right. As he bites into the flesh of your forearm, and this white burst of energy kind of pulls off of you, kind of ripping his mouth away from your arm. Sounds good.
Oh. Lame.
Lame.
Not a cool poggers thing to do, honestly.
Well, Lackham is next. So, I gotta find out. You're not gonna like this.
I see you over there.
Yeah. She's doing her job. Her 9 to 5.
Congratulations on turning on Dolly Parton's 9 to 5.
I'm glad I could be so helpful. I gotta see what the range is on this. There it is.
Hopefully less than 90.
It is not 90. We're gonna take away an issue because I know that throughout the week you guys have been debating on this. The High Queen is going to be making a dex save.
To disintegrate that's firing.
It is not. Zex, you see as she kind of turns around and begins to stroll across the board, even looking at you for a second but disregarding you, as she pulls forth the red tinged version of the amulet and holds it out as it begins to glow, the skull itself almost smoking, and your eyes like look over as the stone underneath the High Queen splits open into this red personal ravine.
This isn't a spell I can counter, is it?
This is not a spell.
Can't do anything about that.
Yeah.
And neither can she, as the only thing that, as you all hear this wrenching sound of stone cracking open and this subsequent howl from underneath, as you can see from the bright red and orange crack that has appeared, these like blackened, gory hands reach up and grab onto the dress of the High Queen before yanking her off balance, and the resulting scream that is torn from both her throat and her daughter's throat as you all see the High Queen of Greywall fall backwards into this ravine, and it immediately closes. The rocks looking like they've been torn with a sledge or pickaxe, but no ravine. The High Queen disappears.
Oh yeah, this is what you did to the other two, huh?
What do you mean?
The king and
Yenta
the other dude
is fine.
and Yenta? That's probably what you did to those two fuckers. No wonder we can't find their bodies. Anyway, continue.
No, that's the turn. Which means another legendary action for Kalung on Gil.
Why? Why am I the one
29.
that is just I'm just hated. Everyone hates me. That hits. I'm upset about it.
– 11 points of piercing damage and 7 points of necrotic.
Ugh. I hate it here.
He's picking you apart slowly.
It's working too because I'm very picked apart.
Silex, it is the golem's turn.
Okay, roll for the slow to recharge real quick. Do you mind if I just roll that at the end of his turn so that I don't forget for the next time? 4. It's up to you if that's a start.
I would say it's a start of turn thing.
Okay. No, it doesn't recharge this time.
All right.
So he's going to turn around. Or no, he's meant to take the damage here, unfortunately. So he's going to do 2 slam attacks on Kalung.
Okay.
First one's a natural 20.
That does hit.
Second one is a 16.
16 does not hit.
Okay. I always forget how to do crits. It's double the dice, or is it just roll the dice and double the number?
Most of the time what we've done is rolling the dice and double the number, but if you want to roll double the dice, you can.
I'd like to up the dice.
Now we've gotten to a point where a lot of us own more dice.
Nice. Pretty good. 28 points of magical bludgeoning.
Magical bludgeoning.
Oh, more than 28. Because it has a +6, which goes up. That +6 doubles, right?
No, it doesn't.
No? Okay. Instead of 28, it's 34 points of bludgeoning.
38?
34.
34. Sounds good. As you can see the golem wheel and crack it into the back of the head of this red-furred being. And the sound is of a terrifying sound. As first you think and then you begin to hope that you've just cracked open the skull, as blood does kind of begin to pour down. However, as the individual Kalung just kind of lets his head dangle backward, looking back and up actually at the golem, as they're just medium-sized people. No sense of fire has left his eyes.
Did it look like he took full damage?
It did not.
Even though magic? Okay. Well, that is his turn.
Okay. And with that, it is Esumi's turn. Esumi is going to, take advantage of the fact that he is in melee, and is going to make his 3 attacks on Pakat. As Nima, you can just hear the whistling of the sword as he attempts to hit the demigod. 25 hits. That's a natural 1, does not hit. And a 19, which does not hit. As with both of them, one of the attacks scrapes the front of the chest of the Celestial Pakat, and he is able to deal 15 points of damage. But with the other 2, you can see Pakat just barely twitching his body, and the tip of Esumi's sword is missing the form. At one point, he even stumbles slightly, but Pakat doesn't take advantage of it. It is only when
Did Esumi not use Fighting Spirit?
Esumi was planning on using that for trying to stop the bleeding with a Second Wind. So
Makes
no,
sense.
he did not.
Okay.
But it is only when Esumi tries to move away that Pakat is going to use his reaction. And that falls off the table. Okay. And Esumi is going to make a acrobatics check. Oh. How good is my boys? As Nime, you see Esumi try to almost do what he did before and make that jump with the fly spell aiding him, making him go in this large bound, but Pakat just grins, this white toothy grin, reaches up and grabs onto his ankle, and Esumi goes nowhere. Pakat is currently grappling Esumi.
No. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Esumi is going to use his to heal. As he with his heal of 25 for his fighting style is not bad at all. He is mostly fine in health-wise, but you could guess that it's not going to last long if Pakot's going to start wailing on him. Speaking of getting wailed on, Gilgamesh.
I don't like that transition. I actually happen to hate that transition. Even.
No, you do. I don't even think you really get a choice because I do think you've already used reaction.
I have.
But Solozi, the Tabaxan man who's behind you, is kind of done paying attention to you as he is moving away and over to Rem.
Oh, not Pog.
Rem.
No.
Just
around.
walks back to me.
It is now illegal to approach me.
You did heal him. This is just the smartest move. And cracks his elbow down on your head.
Damn. Seems disrespectful.
Does
Oh,
a
hello.
26 hit.
Yeah?
Okay. Extra attack. Natural 20.
Fuck, I just have to eat that one.
Nope. Stop that. I'm silvery barbsing that.
Are you close enough?
I am. 60 feet is the range.
Sounds good. So he'll re-roll that.
Yes, get rid of
He
that.
rolls another 20.
He rolled a 17 on the dice, so he still hits.
Does he?
That is better than a nat 20.
30 hit, yeah.
What? What? I mean, I also have like a plus 10, so I guess that's reasonable, but what?
Yeah.
And then with his bonus action, he is going to kick you, and with a 28.
Gil, have advantage on your next dice roll.
Pog. I'm better.
All right. And he'll expend
I immediately
an extra
die.
point. So, we're going to roll those damages. With the first one, you'll be taking 8 points of damage.
Okay.
The next one, you'll be taking... Oh, wait. You're not the one that's Hunter's Marked. I believe Gil's Hunter's Marked, right?
Yes, I am Hunter's Marked.
Kalung's doing a great job, so he doesn't really care. 12 points of damage with the second one, Rem.
Okay.
And the third one, I'd like you to make a strength saving throw.
I've never been so fucking disrespected. Ever. How dare you make me roll dice in this dice rolling game on dice rolling game night where I have to roll dice? I don't have any dice on the table.
How dare you?
Oh, yeah. Fuck me, huh?
Mm-hmm. Specifically why you're getting kicked in the nuts right now.
I'm on a broom. There are no nuts to kick.
Don't make him kick through the broom. You don't want that.
11.
11 is a failure. You'll be taking 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
9 points of thunder damage.
Okay.
And as he kicks you, you are thrown 15 feet.
Okay.
As his leg just plants back down, slightly indenting in the solid stone. As he cracks his neck.
Street Fighter character, man.
He kind of is, yeah.
Street Fighter over here.
And that's going to be his turn. Which means Nime. It's your turn.
I had plans. And then, things happened, so now I don't have freaking plans.
Yep.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
fucking. Alright, JC, I'm gonna use my action to shoot Pakot.
Okay.
And it's within advantage, right? Because I am super close to him.
You don't get advantage for being in close range with a firearm.
Oh, I don't?
No.
I get disadvantage if I'm too far away, though.
You get disadvantage if you're too
disadvantage
far
for being
away
too
or
close
if you're
to.
right up to them.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay,
It's
let
the
me pull
opposite
out my
effect.
fucking dice.
You're good.
Okay. Haven't had to bust this bad boy out in a second. Okay. Does a 19 hit?
A 19. Let's double check that. A 19 does not hit.
Okay. Does a 24 hit?
24 does hit.
Okay. Does a 21 hit?
21 does hit.
Okay. I only have 3 shots, right? Not 4.
Yes, with your action, you have 3 shots.
Okay, so 2 of them hit, I guess. And then what? That is a. Oh, I'm not rolling the d10. I'm rolling the wrong dice. Ignore me. 10.
10. Okay.
2. So 12.
Okay.
Is it stunning him enough to let go?
It's getting his attention.
That isn't what I wanted to hear.
As anything else you're doing for your turn?
Yeah, I'm moving.
All right, you got 50 feet with the horse.
50 or
I'm
60?
moving right there.
60. You're right. My bad.
I'm moving right there.
Okay.
So right in between these guys over here.
Oh, goodbye, horse.
The horse
I can't
stays
move
with
the
her.
horse.
And yeah, don't worry about the people because most of them are either gone or dead. So
nice. As a bonus action, I am going to fighting spirit.
Okay.
Because I would like the. Oh wait, not fighting spirit. I lied to you. I don't want fighting spirit.
Second wind?
Yeah.
It's okay. I forgot it when Izumi was doing it too.
Yeah. I want second wind.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna roll for that
Alrighty.
hit point.
Gil, you are on deck. Just be warned.
What is my fighter level right now? Damn. 12? 13? I forget.
14, I believe.
Oh my god, I'm so powerful. Okay. That'll be 19 points of goodness.
Sounds
now
good.
I'm done.
Alrighty. Gilgamesh. It's actually your turn to attack.
I know. So, oh goodness! It unfocused on my character now. Lag my way back. Okay. There's a small person in front of me.
You mean Kalung?
Mm-hmm.
If that's
I'm
how
just
you want,
big.
if that's how
Just
you
like if you look at the size comparison, I take up 4 squares. Kalung takes up 1.
Understand you are a large creature right now. He is a medium.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you for validating that. I digress. I would like to make an attack, please.
Make an
With
attack.
advantage.
With advantage. Thank you. I should probably update this. Okay. Dice. Dice in a dice rolling game. A 22 to hit.
22 to hit?
22 to hit.
22 hits.
Oh, let's go. I'm crazy. Oh, jeez. I'm trying to... Now, I believe the answer is I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
But correct me if I'm wrong, because I could be wrong.
What's up?
It's been a week. I don't think I've invoked my fire rune.
You did. I remember because
Did I?
he got really low and it was still enough for you not to get it because your DC is low for it.
Because I know I did my stone and that was terrible. I did stone.
Oh,
and
stone?
that one was terrible.
Okay, I do know that you
but
did.
I don't think I've done... Oh, but this is on Kalung. That's not a good idea anyway. Never mind. I'm not doing it.
Okay. Glad we cleared it up. I knew that you did one, I just didn't know
Yeah,
what,
so I've
I
done
guess.
stone. I haven't done fire. Not gonna do it though. Not worth it.
Not
Rolling down.
worth the effort.
Well, and he would probably pass too.
It's your choice.
Oof. this as well. So that's 27 damage.
27 damage.
Did that look like it hurt?
With that one, you actually carve across his chest, and a large splotch of blood like pools out and is kind of beginning to spray a little bit on you, and you can see his grin widen. It seems like he's having a great time.
Is he like really injured though?
Remember how you bloodied him and then he unbloodied himself?
Yeah.
He's back towards that state.
Okay. Maybe like that, basically. That seems fine. So I'm gonna move. What was it like? 10 feet? I'm gonna move 10 feet. Yeah, that's. I think it's 60 feet.
Whatever your movement speed right now, you're hasted, so it's doubled.
Yeah. Okay, 60
It's
feet.
60.
Well,
It's
yeah, so I have 60 feet of
base.
movement.
You
So now I have
120 base.
base 120.
Aren't you a barbarian, Gil? Don't you have extra movement?
I'm flying.
So you're flying, so you have base 60. I thought you were talking about sprinting.
No.
Yes, so right now, without sprinting, you can move 120 feet. That is
Right.
true.
Okay, so
And if you go up first, the only person that could have an opportunity attack on you is Kalung.
So I'm gonna take an opportunity anyway, because I'm gonna. Oh wait, is
Wait,
this the
that's-
person?
That's
Yeah,
Solozi.
Solozi
Oh,
is
wait,
in
no.
range.
that
Yeah,
Solozi?
Solozi is in range now. Huh. It is Solozi.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if that was like a civilian or not. I'll be honest.
I forgot that you were large, Gil. Not gonna lie.
55? So if I move there, that's still 60. That still gets him. And then these two are in it as well. Oh, that's so pog. Okay. So I'm gonna take the opportunity from Kalung.
Okay.
That's fine. And I don't know how I'm gonna like finesse this,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm gonna channel the power of my sword, and I'm gonna hit Silex,
Mm-hmm.
but it's for the greater good.
If my golem dies, you're buying me a new one.
That's fine. I'm hitting 4 of them at the same time. Well, maybe not,
But-
because I
But
have
you're
to move.
missing Esme, right?
Yeah. So my
Okay.
point of
Esme
Pocket,
just
you cannot
dies.
hit Esme because Pocket is gripping him. Right?
Oh, is
Isn't
this
he
true?
grappled right now?
Pocket has
Is Esme-
grappled
Kill my
Esme.
husband.
Technically,
will-
they inhabit the same space, right?
So
They don't inhabit the same space, but it is worth noting.
So if I hit Pocket with this fire, is it also gonna hit Esumi as well?
It's the 60-foot one, isn't it?
Yeah. So because that's why I said it's gonna be hard to finesse, because I want my point of origin to be right here. So that's 60. That's 65. So by technicality, that does not hit Esumi. By technicality,
genius. This man.
we're good.
PhD.
Because if I go
PhD.
here, that's 60, that's 65. And then 60 up this way is like up there.
I don't
So,
think that's how
this
math
is-
works.
It's a cone.
I'm no professional. If anything, I'd say I'm the complete opposite of a professional. I don't think
Boom.
that's how that works.
That's everybody in it. Pocket, Solozi, Kalung, and I think there's a person up above me. I don't know who that is.
Zavidnia.
Is that okay? And then yeah, I'm hitting 5 people right now.
Mm-hmm.
Is this like
I'll give it to you.
am I in the clear on this? Let's go.
I'll give it to you. You're very
I'm
close
better.
to death.
Oh yeah, I'm knocking on the door. Okay, so I would like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, technically 6 because of Silex. Dex saves.
Silex will make a dex save.
Silex gets advantage because this is a magical effect.
I also believe you don't even need to worry about Silex because he's a stone golem, right?
It's not a
It's
magical
not,
thing.
he's not immune. Yes, it is. This is a magical effect, isn't it? Because can you have the sword?
There's nothing on here that like the word magic is not
Oh,
used.
right.
Is it even going to affect Silex? Because
Yes.
I mean,
yeah.
fire and
It
stone.
will affect him because he's not immune to it.
He's not even.
It was the wrong. I was thinking of the wrong golem.
Yeah, the Iron Golem gets life back from
Yeah.
it. That would have been cool.
It would have been dope. But he is not that. So I'll start making saving throws. We'll start with Solozi since he's right there.
Is this a magical effect, Jacob?
I was gonna say
dragon breaths
Out of a
aren't,
sword?
but it is out of a sword, so it does reclassify as yes, a magical effect.
Pog. Let's go.
I get advantage.
Okay, I'm gonna start rolling as well, just because it takes a while.
Silex rolls a natural 20 and is fine.
Okay.
That's nice.
Yeah. Does a 25 make it for
Yep.
Solozi? Okay, next we'll do Kalung. A 21
lot
for
of-
Kalung.
That's the DC.
Okay. Next up is Kauta. Which first thing is he 15 for him.
Failure.
Okay. And then
This damage
we'll
isn't turning out very
do
well.
Zvidnia.
Oh, it got worse. Well, okay, maybe not.
28 for Zvidnia.
Wow, that passes.
And then finally, Pakot. $25 for Pakot.
That also passes. So everybody who passes takes half.
Mm-hmm. For reference, Kauta is the one who failed. The only one who failed.
Did Gil take an opportunity attack from Kalung?
He was supposed to.
Okay.
Yeah, I can take that.
So let's
That's supposed to happen.
Because of the cloak.
disadvantage, you're right. Which turns it into a 21.
That still hits.
Okay. So 13 points of piercing damage and 7 points of necrotic damage.
Oh, I'm still on the little clicky. Okay, we can take that away. Ooh, okay.
Okay. Let me
Not
hear that
dead yet.
damage.
So, for the one person that failed, they take 65 fire damage.
Okay. Which means half.
Yeah, and then half that for everybody else. So that'd be 32.
32. And then, as you might be interested in knowing, I believe I'll double check. But, Kalung seems to be even less affected.
Oh, that's stupid. That's lame.
Oh wow!
I mean,
it's almost
makes-
like he's color coded to not do this.
I mean, like, makes sense, but, like, still lame.
The red furred. Yeah, the fur does not catch on fire. It actually repels flames.
Yeah. Stupid.
Wanted to let you
I
know.
hate when this shit's color coded.
And you still do it?
So I moved 15 feet.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I still have, what, 105 feet?
Yep.
And we were told to move.
Well, yeah. Yes, you do.
If I, like, use all of it, yeah.
If you used all of it.
I
I gotta remember that you're hasted and fly right now. Because it sounds like you're sprinting, but you're not.
No, this is literally just regular movement. But I've used, I guess I still have a bonus action.
You still have a
true.
bonus
Yeah.
action.
Action.
And you still have a hasted action, which could allow you to dash.
So,
Gil,
no,
you could
I
literally remove yourself from the fight if you wanted to at this moment.
I messed it up because the breath from my sword is just an action, like period.
Yes.
So, and I already made an attack on Kalung. So technically, I would have to use my hasted action for that attack, and then my regular action for the fire breath.
That works completely fine.
Because I messed it up just a little bit, but it's okay. So I mean, I have a bonus action. I don't think I can do anything with it.
Drink a healing potion if you have one.
I'm not actually sure if I do. I should.
Mm-hmm.
Take a
Oh, I
look.
do.
Fuck yeah.
It's just
Odds.
a regular healing potion, but
Oh,
I'll,
I should probably say, Solozi took no damage.
what?
Yeah.
Oh,
He just jumped out of the way. He was right in front of you and just sidestepped the blast.
Oh, that's stupid.
But it's his ability, so...
No, yeah.
And that's his reaction to.
What-
he
What's
can't
this
do
fucking
anything
bizarre monk?
more shit.
Is that what I'm getting? This is a monk! This dude's not even a spellcaster!
So I'm going to I'm gonna drink one of the potions
You're right, I'm gonna drink.
for a
You're so
bonus action
Mm-hmm.
and heal 7.
Sick.
I hope I get hit for exactly
7.
7.
yeah, for exactly
So,
7, really.
Technically 14 because you're raging, but...
Yeah,
Alright,
that's okay.
Gil, are you using any more of your movement to...
Oh, I'm using all of the rest of it actually.
Where are you trying to go?
We were told to move
Go
Wow,
to the
God.
left.
West.
I almost
West?
I almost thought I heard you say
West.
south for a second. I was like,
I-
oh my
I almost-
god.
Oh, there's
I
the-
almost did. I really just forgot. So up. Oh wait, you're already marking 105 for me. Can you like mark 105? And I would. Is there a
Straight
way I
left.
can? Is there a way I can do this to like avoid?
Don't consider the crowd as being there. They are at the moment piles of ash or dead bodies.
Nice. Well, can I? Is there a good way to get around opportunity? I mean, because like I'm flying,
Well,
but doesn't it take
You've
doesn't it
used
take
you've
movement to
used
go
your,
up?
You've used your action and you've used your hasted action, so you cannot disengage, which means there will be an attack of opportunity from Solozi if he wants to.
Did he use his reaction to dodge the fire?
No, that's just he just does that.
Oh, cool.
That's free for him.
Yeah, don't forget, these fuckers have abilities they can just do.
They
I
have
was
just
gonna say, that monk ability requires your reaction.
no, it
He's
doesn't.
not-
Demigods.
Oh, I'm thinking of Rogue.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna do that. Yeah. I'll just
You're
move
dumb.
straight over here. I'll take that. I'll take that opportunity. That's fine.
All right. It's actually going to be you'll be doing athletics because he's trying to grapple you.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's so good. I'm a very athletic person.
Can he grapple a creature that's a size bigger than him?
He can. You can specifically a size bigger or a size smaller.
That's stupid.
So, yeah, you'll be making an athletics check.
Cool. I really hope that I do good on this. Actually, I'll use my new dice because they're giving me good luck so far.
I'm glad.
Gonna roll a nat one.
And they do it again. Nat 20.
Natural 20. That's fortunate as you are able to you feel it brush and you yank the leg, and it's so much so that without the adrenaline you feel like you would have popped your ankle out of its socket, but you like with the adrenaline rushing through you barely feel it as you literally just fly quite literally fly away.
Yeah, like metaphorically, but more literally.
Zoom.
All
All right.
And I don't think I could have used any more of literally anything. So yeah, that's all I'm doing.
Rem, it is now your turn.
I'm gonna proceed to get the fuck out of here. Quick. I don't want to get here. Someone mark this. Thank you. Yow. Where the hell is Lumen? Gone
there.
but not forgotten. Where?
Right there.
I mean, see. Oh, she's up there.
Yeah, people are
Hello.
booking it.
Oh yeah, you were nowhere near. You're near what I can deal with. I'm hurting. I'm mad. Let's get off a 5th level mass cure wounds.
All right, who's that hitting?
I have to confirm the radius on this. Contrary to what you may think, I have not been able to sit without my brain just doesn't process information today. It's been a rough day. There you go. It's a 30-foot radius. So I mean, I guess I could center on me. I think it's fine. It's there. There. That's slightly too far. Damn. That sucks for you, bro. I'll get me, Gil, Esme, and then there's no one else that's a friendly within range, so...
Okay. Sounds good.
I can't finesse this to do something like this. It's not gonna work. The math ain't mathin'. That's 3d8s of healing. That's perfectly normal for 19 healing.
19 healing.
And is how is Long looking like really bad?
He's not looking bad, but he's bloody. The not reassuring part is that he is equally, if not more so, covered in Gil's blood as well.
Okay. Is penance for being a big old fucking loser. I was gonna hit him. Never mind. I'll just hit Kalam because I hate him and he hates me.
Mm-hmm.
Does a dirty 20 hit?
Dirty 20 does hit Klung.
For 9 damage?
9 points of damage. As it's, even though you're in these dire straits, it is still satisfying to hear the gung of the shovel against Kalung as you whap him with it.
That's my turn. I'm done.
Alrighty. Well, we go back up to the current issue. For Suna specifically, as the
Hey, my turn.
one of the versions of Lackham is a little bit focused on you guys at the moment. We got 1 and we got 2, and they've got a lot of spells left. Yeah, I think they're going to do some bad things. I think the kind of best thing is Suna, you can watch their kind of smeared half mouth, half snout turn into this grin as the finger comes up, but instead of green energy as you've seen come from Lackham's fingers so many times, it's this thick black orb that balls up in her hand.
I've seen this before, right? Didn't she try to hit me with this?
She did try to hit you with this.
Who? Right?
But you can also see from where she's aiming it, it's not going at you.
Well, it's going at Roxy, huh?
It's going at Roxy.
I have a reaction.
Okay.
Have 5th level counter spell.
Okay. You will have to roll.
It's just a Just a straight D20.
A D20 plus your charisma modifier.
Okay. I'm gonna use. I haven't used tides, right?
You did use tides, but then you immediately popped it afterwards, so you can use tides again, I believe.
We use it again. Okay. I'm gonna use it again then. That's a 15.
A 15.
Yeah. And a 5 for my bomb magic.
That is.
So that pops.
Well, we'll roll on your wild magic table, but I will tell you that it is a failure.
I know.
So please,
87.
87. This is a massive table, so let's see what you get. Okay. Well, that could actually affect what's happening.
What'd you get?
Interesting.
Or what did I get? What? Sure.
Roxy will have to make a Constitution saving throw
Against me?
against you.
She's gonna fail. Fuck.
She rolled a 4.
Is
Let's see, how many dice do you have to roll for this?
this what I think it is?
It's not Fireball. That's not. No.
What kind of what shape so I can start pulling them out?
D8s.
Weird.
So please roll 4 D8s.
Oh, I have too many in my hand.
You cast Thunderwave at a 3rd level,
Oh my god.
and it has a 30-foot radius. This is an interesting table.
Thunderwave- So, found out, we ran this wrong. Thunderwave is just a box pushed outwards from your hand. It's not a radius.
This is also not her spell, so it's not even a true Thunderwave.
Is that okay? So that's 14.
14?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You try and counter this black spinning marble of death that is flying straight towards her. And as you release this counter magic, the black orb breaks through it, heading straight for Roxy's throat. However, because of what you had rolled, the thunder wave breaks out and Roxy is blown off of her feet. She is thrown 10 feet away, out of the way of the finger of death. She is... Huh?
I'm a god?
She is nearly dead now, though.
She'll be fine. Give me my turn.
Which is interesting. And that is going to be the foe Lacom's turn. Which means we have one more turn to go before Yusuna, which is Kauta, who is one track minded, and that track is killing a stone golem.
Unfortunate.
So, 18 to hit.
Let me check. Yeah.
Okay, and then 21 to hit, so be going 23. Is the golem resistant to force damage?
He's resistant to nothing.
Okay.
He is not immune to force damage.
So we'll just add it all together. So the first strike is 31 points of damage.
Oh no. The golem is about to die.
And the second one?
31, you said?
Yep.
Okay. Maybe with it. If it's more than 18, golem goes down.
It is 24.
Okay, golem goes down.
As you can see this massive axe slam into the golem as it is pushed off of its feet. These massive cracks appearing before it slams into the ground.
I can still teleport him out, yes.
Yes.
Okay. And who else is still? Okay.
And that is Kauta's turn. So Suna, it is your turn.
Has Roxy gotten her movement?
I'm going to, since you guys are going to get, like, paired, I will let you do it on their turn. Or I'll let her move on your turn as well. So you guys could move more in tandem.
So because she's on the ground, she has 15 feet of movement.
Yes.
Okay. And then I have a couple other quick questions. How tall is the fountain?
How tall is it?
Yeah.
The actual ledge of it is about like 4.5 feet tall. But the but the fountain itself in its entirety goes up for, I believe, 30 feet, all the way up to the top layer.
Okay. And then can I see Esme from where I'm standing? Probably not.
I do believe Pockot, the fountain, and the stage all working together. I would say probably.
Probably not.
Yeah, they probably do block. So, what you got for me?
Do I have? Can't move her. Can you move? Actually, I don't need to move. I'm going to move my 30, which puts me right behind her. That'll work. And then where can I? Can you drop? I'm gonna use Vortex. Will you drop Roxy like right here?
Yeah, I could do that. Let me get some space. There we go. Because again, the amount of alive people in the crowd is not true.
Yeah. Can't see. Okay. I should roll wild magic for that.
You probably should.
20.
20, you're good?
So that's second level slot.
Zex, you are on deck.
While Vortex Warping, I'd like to use my free action to tell Roxy to get down.
Okay.
And then I'm going to... What I'm doing? It's really what I want to do. At what point Can I see Asami if I stand right here?
I'd be good with that, yeah.
Okay. I'm going... Fuck. Can I have spent a quicken spell on my first Vortex Warp?
Sure.
Cool. I'm now going to distant spell Vortex Warp. Will someone mark this for me? Perfect. I think that's my action and my bonus action. I'm pretty sure I already used Action Surge. Oh, did my tide should have gone off the second time, right?
Yeah, it should have.
On that first Vortex Warp.
So let's roll.
Yeah, I'll roll second one. 13, so that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And then 36.
36.
I used G point.
Okay.
I have.
The smell of charred skin, ash, everything around you that you're picking up via your sense of smell disappears.
Is my nose gone?
That's all you know in the moment.
Which I can't smell?
You
Okay.
can't smell anything. You've got bigger fish to fry in the moment.
Do indeed. Good on most things. Although I think that's all I can do for now.
Okay. With that, we go back to the top of initiative. Zex, what you got for me?
Do you have a plan to get Esumi out, or do I need to handle it? This is important.
If he can stay alive until my next turn, I can get him out.
How does Esumi look?
But that's forever from now.
He's actually been doing the best out of anyone in the group besides, I think, Uzex about dodging attacks.
Okay, so he's not bloodied yet, even?
He's not bloodied.
Okay, cool. So he can probably survive.
He's also death warded, so unless they gank him, he's fine.
Okay.
I think I can get him.
Cool. Then I'm gonna... You guys think you're gonna need Zex around for the rest of this combat?
Yeah, hope not.
I mean, we're all in the process of leaving, so
So it's probably fine, is what you're saying.
I'd like
Just
to
in case,
imagine.
I will bonus action chug a healing potion.
Okay.
Where's D4? There you are. It's 1d4 plus 2, right?
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2. Okay. Oh, that's pretty great. That's 4 points of healing.
Sounds good.
And then I will Dimension Door myself and Silex, who is down, out to the west.
Okay.
500 whole feet.
The full 500. As you actually get to the point where in this moment you've probably teleported enough to catch up with the stragglers of the crowd as you whisk yourself away through this arcane door and land amongst a lot of terrified running people. I would like you to make a perception check really quick, Zex.
Okay. Am I looking for where the meteor swarm hit? Oh, well, that's not great. 15.
15. Good enough. From where you kind of look right now, it's slightly off. It would take... It is probably about, like, almost another 1,000 feet away from you, but you can see, like, at the edge of the square, like, like at the edge of this main section of the square, next to one of these stalls is the actual doctor, and you know this because of the chain around his torso. He's currently in the process of tracing his gloved hands along the stone, and you can see these like sparks of yellow arcane energy coming off of his gloves. It looks like he's peeling something back almost. But you know where you're supposed to be going.
Like a teleportation circle being cast?
It is not a teleportation circle. There is nothing being written.
Okay. Can I look? So they're 500 feet back. Can I see all the way back? To the square?
You can see back you can see all the way back if for nothing else. The fact that there's not a crowd that direction. The reason why it was difficult to see, not only because it was farther, but also because there's a lot of people in between.
Okay. Well, I just needed to make sure I could see, so that if I have to go back, I can.
Okay. That's your turn.
As of right now, Zex and Silex are removed from combat.
Okay. Which means it is now Pakot's turn. As he is going to... Well, I did want to save you, but it's probably not worth it in the moment. And those that are close to him, so I guess within a good earshot, so Rem, probably Gilgamesh, you hear the sound as he's going to make a quick... Yeah. That could only be described as the sound of breaking bone. As Pakot tightens his grip, and you can hear the sound of the twisting and then snapping leg bone. Let's see how much total damage that caused. So 19, 5. As Ezumi, through just the pull and twist of his legs, takes 37 points of damage. But Pakot will just do that for legendary actions, and we'll see how long he lasts. Not worrying about them. Not worrying about them. Let's see who Kalung's interested in at the moment. I think he's just kind of... He's gonna, like, kind of reel over looking at who is still here and sees Rem closest, and he's going to kind of lean forth this barbaric slouching head movement as his mouth opens and the blood turns black and begins bubbling in his mouth as he opens his mouth, and he's going to cast Eldritch Blast at you, Rem.
Okay.
There are 4 beams coming at you.
We love a good Eldritch Blast.
25.
That'll do it.
31.
That'll do it.
16.
That won't.
That roll was so bad my dice ran away. And then 31 again.
Yes.
Okay. So 3 hits as the spinning beams, one of them you managed to deflect off the shield. And we'll see if those have anything. Gotcha. So we've got 8 plus 15 for Oh boy. 23 plus another 8. So 31 total points of force damage.
Okay.
As that's going to be his turn. Which means Palka is going to take his legendary action to further twist Zumi's leg. That hits. That's 20 more points of damage. All right. It is now Azumi's turn. He is going to. I think he's got to try to get out of there. I don't think Izumi thinks he can dispatch Pakot. I don't think that's in his mind at the moment. So I think he's going to use his fighting spirit to gain the temp HP. And then is going to attempt to escape. So 19 on his end, and then Paka is going to make athletics. Yeah, athletics. Why would I even guess? And yeah, with that, a very low roll on pockets, and Azumi does escape the grapple.
I also gave him 2 regular healing potions.
Yes. The stuff he can get with his fighting spirit right now is a little bit more than a healing potion, but I don't believe he has another one of those after that one. So he's used his action surge already, so he can't disengage. I think he's going to just try and run, which means Pakot will get to use his reaction to try and grab him again. So Pakot first. That's damn near impossible to get out of. And Izumi is stuck again, grabbed once again. As Pakot rolled 1 above a critical failure for his first roll, and then to re-grapple him rolled 1 below a critical success. And that's Izumi's turn. It is now Solosi's turn. As I believe all of you are currently in the business of actually leaving. All of you have turned and ran. It doesn't exactly look like any of you are particularly invested in the fight, and so I don't think he's going to do much anymore. Yeah. So with that, you all kind of breaking away from the fight, Rem, you can actually kind of see as you're moving away, Solosi actually runs up and jumps back up onto the stage, standing next to Zavidnia as she's firing arrows, these fast-moving missiles that are nailing people and dropping them like flies. Nime, your turn.
Already? Okay. So, how is Esumi looking right now?
Right? Oh, yeah. How is he looking? I do believe he is right on the verge of being bloodied.
Shit. Okay. With that being said, I'm trying to. How strong would you say on a scale of 1 to 10 Pakot is?
It's looking like a 10. He just squeezed his hand and broke Azumi's leg. Azumi's
think
leg
he
is
would-
broken.
It's DM to player. Do you think, or friend to friend, I should say, do
Uh-huh.
you think he would succeed a strength saving throw?
You know, I think there's a very good chance he would.
I'd bet the farm on it.
I wouldn't.
Because I was gonna cast Earthbind, but if he'll save the strength.
Also,
saving-
Earthbind only
Earthbind
works on flying creatures.
Earthbind will
Earthbind-
not help you the way.
Earthbind does not help because it just makes sure that no one is flying.
It doesn't.
No.
It
Yeah, it
binds you
only
to
works
the
on
earth.
flying creatures.
Damn. Already used Blade Barrier. I could do Erupting Earth, but that would mean
He would get caught in it, yes.
yeah. Hmm.
Keep him alive.
I know. That's what I'm
I
trying
can
to
get
think.
him out. I can get him out. Keep him
He's
alive.
almost bloodied.
I can
Bloody is
keep him.
just half,
I
right?
can. Yeah.
He has a
Alright.
death ward, so
Um,
he should be okay for at least a little bit more.
I really need to get to level 15 because I really want that sharpshooter. JC, I would like to take out my longbow and try my best to aim at Pakot's arm as
Okay.
he's holding on to SME.
Sure.
That is a. I need to math. Oh my. Okay. What? Are you for real right now? I'm sorry. My entire D&D sheet just deleted itself. So let me reopen it really quickly. I apologize for the delay.
You're good. If you want, although I'm sure you don't, I did realize I skipped over Lacom's turn, so I could
No.
give her a go.
No. Oh,
Oh,
no,
well,
okay,
you
that's
opened your
fine.
sheet.
No, it's
You could
fine.
forget that she
Uh,
had it. That's fine.
Does a 23 hit?
A 23 does hit.
Okay. And then I'm only making one shot as of right now. I forget what I roll for the longbow. I haven't used it in so long.
It's 1d8 for damage, and you add your dexterity to the d20 roll to hit.
The D20.
If you're rolling an attack roll, it's dex.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I added that correctly. I just don't remember what dice I rolled for it.
The damage dice is 1d8 plus
Just
dex.
1d8. Plus dex. Okay.
Yeah.
Plus dexterity. So that is an 8.
8 points of damage. I'll have him roll a quick concentration check. He's good,
Okay.
but he does take the damage.
Okay. Is he letting go?
He is not.
Guess I have to take another shot then.
Okay.
Well, I rolled a 19 on the dice, so that'll bring it up to like 27.
27 hits.
Uh, 10 points.
10 points of damage. Another concentration. He's all right on the concentration. He does not drop.
Yeah, guess I gotta aim for his head. Can I aim for his head? Is that a thing I can do?
I'll let you aim for his head.
Do I have to roll anything extra for it? I will.
I'm gonna add a little bit extra to his AC, but
What?
you're aiming for a specific spot, a small spot.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay. Okay, fine. These dice. Ah! Natural 20.
natural 20 does hit.
Nine points.
9 points of damage, and I'll give him disadvantage on the concentration. Okay. Okay. Even with disadvantage, he got an 18 concentration check.
Oh,
Is that your turn, Nime?
no, I'm moving.
Okay.
I have to move, but I'm afraid to move that way. Because fucking Lackham's right there. Ah! So...
Remember,
I was gonna charge through this way,
yeah, that'd be dangerous.
but Lackham's right there.
Lackham's chilling
So,
on the stage.
I'll just go up to here. Wait. To here. Wait. No, that's 65. To there.
So, we got it.
Thank you.
All right. Nime, as you're going away with the bow in hand, you can see, as I'm kind of siphoning in the legendary action as you're moving away, you can see Papihos still holding with his right arm 2 arrows coming out of that, and one right in the back, like striking underneath his ear. These arrows just in him. His left hand.
Does he even seem annoyed?
He does seem annoyed, and you can tell because he looks at you, gives you like the disappointed parents look, and wags a finger at you before he twists, and you can hear Esumi scream out as he natural 20s.
No.
No natural 20?
No.
Okay, I'll take that dice away. But he still does 16 points of damage. As almost like a parent punishing their child, he
Does he look
twists the broken leg.
I'm on never twisted my broken leg. Well,
All right.
I don't think so.
We're going to it's not affecting you guys as much, but I'll still say it. Lackham begins walking off the stage and swings the amulet at Vardair, one of the people who are running away. Vardair does fail the saving throw, and so Vardair, the crack, the ravine forms.
Not been like booking it out of
He
here?
is booking it. It is the difference of
made it
Vardair
this
is
far.
able to. I'll double check to see if Vardair's gotten out of range with his movement this turn.
Yeah, because those 3 haven't been moving.
With those 3 with their sprint speed, they are for this turn right in the range of 120 feet. So Vardair still
the range
does get.
on that is 120 feet.
Oops. Yes, it is. So Vardair does get taken. Alrighty. But that's a nice, easy turn for Lackham. Gilgamesh. Your turn. I don't think he's... There
I'm
you are.
here. I'm alive, I promise.
Let's try to keep it that way. What you doing?
Sorry. I don't know.
Hate for
leaving?
Gil to become a casualty. Yeah, Gil could effectively at this point get himself out of combat as well.
I mean, can I take a quick head count and like see if that's the consensus of like everybody else? Is everybody else also leaving?
You can see from just this general swivel, your perception isn't bad. It's just most people in the group's perception is amazing. Nime,
16 for passive.
yeah, and you're comparing it against 22s, 23s. So
Shut up. That's irrelevant. That
you
is
can
not relevant
see
information.
Nime is currently galloping towards the princess, who is currently kind of using the edge of the fountain as shelter. Zex has teleported, and you can see not him, but the fallen body of his golem, like 500 feet to the west. And Rem and Nime both look awful. And you're not feeling so good yourself.
Not looking good either, am I?
Now you've got several chunks bitten out of you.
No.
It's a little nasty.
I mean, yeah, it looks like it's just a consensus of like, well, time to go. So I'm gonna use. Does there anybody of importance that needs to like saving while I'm at it?
I mean, right next to you, if you wanted to do something with Rem or you wanted to do something with Esumi, they are there.
Esumi probably needs help getting out, huh? Does he look like he's like? I mean, Rem has like the broom, so I'm not concerned.
Mm-hmm.
But does Esumi look like equipped to be able to get out?
You did see him successfully escape from Pocket for a second, and then Pocket grabbed onto his leg and broke it. But Esumi currently does have Fly cast on him by Zex, just like you do.
So,
if he's out of that grapple, he could probably get away.
I mean, can I fit into that space? Like, kind of nooked? Oh, Lord, I zoomed in and everything went... Okay. Can I fit into this, like, little nook right here? Between, like, them and the stage, or am I too
Yeah,
big
you'd be
for
able
that?
to. You'd be able to get in there.
Pog. Okay, moving 40 feet. I still have 80 feet.
Okay.
Can I make a contesting strength check to... I don't want to say pull Esumi out, because I feel like that would cause more problems, but, like, push Pakat away.
To separate them, yes, I will allow you to attempt a contested athletics.
Athletics.
All right, let's
I'm okay
roll.
with that. Let's. Do I get advantage because I'm cool
Raging?
and big, or raging, like any various reasons?
I think raging specifically gives you an help.
I think so. As far as I'm concerned, it does, but I can double check for you. I don't.
Gotcha.
I think the wording.
Is that a specific?
It just says you have advantage on strength checks and saving throws.
Athletics does count as a strength-based check.
Oh, well, there you go. Okay, please, come on. That's not great. I got a 22.
22.
It's not great.
I'm checking something really... Yeah. He did not... He did not roll the best.
Oh, better than a 22?
He rolled with a... Oh, that's a real bad roll.
Use your inspiration just for the plus, because you haven't done it yet. You don't know the outcome, just add it on top for this.
Do you think you're good, or do you think you need it?
I mean, I don't think I'm going to use it for anything else, so I'll just use it now.
Okay.
I rolled a 22, right? So that goes up to a 25.
Okay. 24.
Oh!
Nice.
Wait, what do you mean he rolled poorly?
He rolled below average.
But I don't even
His
care.
average is like 50, so don't forget that.
Fair.
My point stands. I don't want to get an argument.
That it might put into context how strong he is. It might also put into the context the ripping sound as you smack Pakat away. You can hear the tearing of flesh and fabric of Esumi's leg as he screams and pulls away. His right leg is hanging uselessly, but he is free from Pakat.
Okay. I want to, since he has fly cast on him, would it make it easier for me to pick him up and transport him?
It still counts as half movement, but I don't think you care at the moment about half
Doesn't
movement.
really matter.
Yeah.
So I'll pick him up.
Okay.
So I've moved 40. That leaves me with 80. So would that leave me with 40 of like my remaining, or would that leave me with like
So how much have you moved so far?
40 feet out of my 120?
Out of your 120. So that means half is half of the whole thing, I believe. So I do think without dashing, you have like 20 left. But you also still have your hasted action to dash and gain another 120 feet, which will then be half to 60.
Right.
So,
I have a total of what, 80 feet left?
yes, if you use that
Okay.
hasted action to dash.
Oh, look, there's Suna. Hey, Suna. How's it going? I don't think I can make it all the way. I don't think that's. I think that's too far. Man,
Very
if
well
only
could
my,
be.
man, if only if my roll 20 wasn't like running at 10 frames a second. Oh, it's just too far.
I'm slowly converting you guys to despise battle maps, and then we'll all be theater of mind.
No, I love the battle maps. I just hate it when there's 500 civilians.
Yeah.
I think there should be less.
know-
I want to start killing them.
You know, like, me only incorporating 1/10 of the civilians was, good, probably. 500 instead of 5,000.
1/10. Fuck.
There
So
was
we got-
thousands of people here.
That's true. It's like,
It's
It was
Like,
probably
the
like
whole
a good
thing.
like 10K in the square alone.
Just by looking, it felt like that.
That's good. That's what I was
Um,
going for.
I also
So can-
couldn't look at the map.
You
so-
also couldn't see it.
Can I have somebody mark this 80 feet for me, please?
80 feet. The one at me?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Like right there. And I'm bringing Esumi with me.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right. Is that your turn, Gil?
So I have.
Rem, you are on deck.
So are me separating them was an action, likely, right?
Yes.
Used my hasted action just then. I have a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
And so I still have 2 more potions.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to take one of these potions and just like very forcefully and aggressively shove it down his throat.
Feeding someone else a potion is an action. It is giving
that an
yourself
action?
a potion
Damn
is a
it.
bonus action. That is the home rule.
I mean,
You
fair
can give
enough.
yourself a potion.
Nah, I might.
You might.
Fuck it, we ball. Oh, what am I gonna do with my bonus action then? Can I even do anything?
Unless if it's drink a potion or second
am I
wind, I don't
useless?
think you've got anything.
I think I already second winded though. I'm winded.
Shame.
It is a shame.
Shame.
Well, I want to wave at Suna for a free action.
Okay. All right.
That's all.
With that your turn. With that being your turn, Rem goes to you.
I'm gonna proceed to get the fuck out of here. But I'm gonna go like this way.
Okay.
How do I abuse the system? There we go. Someone grab that for me.
Guys gotta assist each other. I'm.
Yeah. Yoink. I can't dash with the broom,
You
right?
cannot dash with the broom.
Did Esme lose his leg?
It's not in Pakot's hand, but you assume that it's hanging uselessly on underneath them. Yeah.
He's on threads right now.
Yes.
But he still has possession of the leg.
He still has possession of the leg.
That's the important.
This is the distinction.
I'm
Lost a little
gonna
bit more than a horn this time.
hit myself with a 7th level heal because I'm
Yeah.
dying.
Yep. That's their plan.
So I'm gonna heal myself for 80.
Okay.
I'm back to full. I healed Bonita.
Alrighty. We'll see if we change that.
I have a bonus action that is gonna go unused.
Okay.
Not much I can really do with it. Shovel's not really relevant anymore. What is? I don't think I have the range on that. I don't think it's enough. Okay, I'm fine. That's my turn.
You're fine? Alrighty. There is a quick interlude, or a quick aside, as the copy of Lackham does some stuff. And another one reduced to dust.
Where'd it go? Oh, there it is.
So all it is, disintegrate is their favorite move. As there is now
I've noticed.
there is now one ambassador remaining. As you guys can hear a throaty yell, and another ambassador falls.
Is disintegration painful? I guess I would assume so, but
All right. Now, we go to one of them that will not leave you alone. But we will see if they have to do anything specific. So, Ka'uta's turn as they stride their way towards you. Think they don't have much, but they do have a dash. They're not quite able to get into melee with you, Rem, but they are trying their damnedest. Alrighty.
I'm assuming this guy is slightly too monstrous for whole person to work.
Something gave you that idea, huh?
Just he's not humanoid enough.
I
If
wouldn't.
not friend, I'm friend shape.
He's not friend shaped, I guarantee you that. Suna. We go to you.
well, my turn. Okay. So I need to know something,
Yeah.
and I think I know the answer.
So,
If I hit the horse with Vortex Warp, it only hits the horse. It would not affect anyone riding it, correct?
I mean, she would fall off the horse, but yeah.
Okay, that's not
It's a DC 10 dexterity
not
check
what I-
to not fall off
not
the
what I
horse.
wanted to hear, so I'm not going to do that. I never got an answer from Jazz.
From me about what?
Do you have healing potions?
I do not. I gave the last of them to the last person that I gave my healing potions to.
Well,
Also not what you wanted to hear, I'm sure.
it really isn't. Okay. Okay. I am going to. I think she's just out. I can reach her. How far to the edge of the square? Okay.
So, Yeah.
I'm going to distance spell vortex warp higher slot because I'm out of slots. I'm going to distance spell vortex warp on Roxy and throw her out.
Okay.
I want to throw her the full 180.
Okay. Let's. Does a 13 make your con save?
No, not at all.
All right.
Not even close. That fails.
She does not make it. And Nime, as you're riding towards her, all of a sudden, in this shake of translucent arcana, she's gone.
I am now going to quicken Nime with a vortex warp
Okay.
and throw her the 90. I think is right there.
All right.
And I can reach her with the base. So Nime would like to move to this marked spot.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say Nime would
God,
be
it's
able
so
to understand
far
what's
away.
happening.
Yeah. Ooh-ah. Nice.
Did she move?
She did.
Yeah, I moved.
My shit's being slow.
I did move.
Okay. Shit's always slow. For the action, that's bonus action. I guess I'll move 30 on that blue guy. I think that's 30.
Alrighty.
And that will be my turn.
Sounds good.
Got some other things to do. You casted 2 spells.
What the fuck do you want? That's an action and a bonus action. I don't have action surge. What more do you want me to
You
do?
have to wild magic that.
Oh, well, man.
Why are you yelling at me? I'm not wrong.
But the 19 on one and the second one fails of the 2, and I was casting that in the 3rd level slot.
Okay, so roll your D100.
85.
Okay.
We explode.
In this moment, who is it, yourself, or is there another person that is foremost in your mind?
I mean, you could probably guess.
I just want to know whether you're thinking about getting yourself out right now or more about getting Roxy or any member of the team.
Do you want me at the beginning of the turn or at the end of the turn as we are now?
As you've just Vortex Warped Nime, as that's the one you failed.
I guess I guess myself.
Okay. As of the moment, you have a +1 to attack, damage, and AC for a minute.
Okay. Okay.
There's just this small surge of power within you.
I'm like, I don't want to give this to somebody and have them explode. Yeah, I'm thinking about saving Gil. Gil's back in hell for some reason.
Womp. All right.
Okay.
If that's your turn, Zex, I know that you're not participating in combat anymore, but I do want to know what you're doing at the moment because I don't think you're strong enough to move an inert stone golem.
No, but I should be able to heal him with a healing word, yes.
Okay.
So, bonus action, healing word him, and free action, give him the command to start moving towards the doctor.
Okay.
And so he's going to go that way on each of his turns. He'll dash.
Sounds good.
And then looking back towards the battle, it sort of seems like, for the most part, people are succeeding in getting away.
No one is
So-
currently grabbed with them, yes.
Right. Like, it seems like people are doing okay now, because Rem is back up to basically max, and no one is right by Gil or Suna to cause problems. And Nime, I think, is just way up top. Yeah. So I will just wait, because I need to maintain concentration, so I can't hold an action, right?
Yes. You cannot
Okay.
hold an action.
I cannot hold an action. So I will just wait here without holding an action.
All right.
Basically, my turn was just to do that. Can I drink some booze as my action?
Yeah.
For the Amulet of the Drunkard?
You'd be able to, yeah.
Awesome. Then I will do that.
All right. You'll be able to get your health, and we're gonna have shenanigans happen. As Paka is going to start striding. Rem, you are the closest. He also doesn't exactly think that you'd fall for the easy things like hold person and stuff like that.
He pulls out a gun.
He pulls out a gun. No, I think he's got... Let's see what this one does.
Oh god. He's gonna turn me inside out.
I do believe... There you are. I do believe that you'll be making a Constitution saving throw as he strolls towards you.
Is this magic?
This is magic.
My scarab gives me advantage on this.
I thought your scarab gives you advantage on necromancy. Or is it just
It's
all
on
saves?
all saving throws.
Hell yeah.
With necromancy, I can, if I fail, I can choose to succeed instead. That needs a charge. 23.
23 is a success. So, as he strolls towards you and with one slam of his foot onto the worked stone, it cracks and this destructive wave of energy overtakes you for this second, just washing over you. So you succeed, so you are not knocked prone, but you do take...
One thing about Destructive Wave is that it cannot be upcasted.
Yep.
Right.
So you'll take 22 halved to 11 points of thunder damage, and
Okay.
16 halved to 8 points of radiant damage.
Okay. All right.
And he doesn't... Yeah. Doesn't really care about much else. He's happy with what he's doing.
Okay.
And we're gonna have, basically in this moment, none of them except for Kauta are actually like pursuing you with a vengeance, let's say.
Okay.
The rest of them are strolling, and if they can ping you with something, they do. For instance, I do believe Kauta has more than enough range. Yeah. So, Rem, you are unfortunately the closest, which means 4 rays are coming at you.
Okay.
16. 15,
No.
24,
Yes.
29.
Yes.
So 2 rays hit you as the boiling black blood streaks across your form, dealing a total of 16 force damage.
Okay.
All right. With that, we are going to... Let's see. I think with where we are, I think the life totals are high enough of the people that are moving the slowest, i.e. Suna and Rem, that I do believe that if all of you commit to a full sprint, the general combat order is good to be dropped.
I mean, yeah, I got Kamali's left, so I can keep moving people.
You've got what left?
Vortex warp.
Got you. I do.
And-
the only thing that really holds me in wonder
Forgot you don't watch TV.
is Rem with his only 50-foot maximum getting overtaken by Kauta.
They still cannot conceivably kill me.
Mm-hmm. So, there's... It's the commitment of those that are still present on the map, i.e. Not Nime, not Zex, but Suna, Gil, and Rem. As if the 3 of you commit to a full sprint, I will just give... I will narrate what you guys find as you run towards the west, and then you guys can make your decisions from there.
I am getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah, no, I think that's what I was going to do, so I think that's great.
And Esume is able to come with him as well.
I'm carrying
He's
him.
still conscious,
Yeah.
and he can fly as well, yeah.
Yeah.
The thing
Can
is,
I
Gil
bring-
carrying him moves the same speed, if not a little bit faster, I believe, than Esme flying himself.
Okay.
That's kind of the assumption.
Can I bring Rem into the rest of the group with a vortex warp?
I think the important thing is with a vortex warp, you can get Rem away from being the only person that would be getting assaulted by... Because I'm not going to sugarcoat it. If Rem gets full-on caught and grappled by Kauta, Rem's head will no longer be attached to his body. That is not a doubt in my mind.
Yeah, if allowed, I'll just grab him.
If
and throw him
Pakot is
90
hard,
to the west.
if Pakot is hard to get out of a grapple, Kauta is impossible. If Kauta grabs Rem will die.
Yeah, I'll vortex warp him.
Okay.
And then throw him 90 to the west, which I think takes him out.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, with all of this happening, all of you run and turn tail looking over your shoulders at the 3 Ascended that are pursuing you. There is Kauta at a full tilt sprint, this massive weapon at this point dragging along, sparking and cutting this deep groove through the stone. Kalung, who is the only person at the moment that can actually hit any of you, sending these blasts, these almost playful looking blasts of eldritch energy taken from the blood of the flesh that he's scored off of Gil's body. And then the most nonchalant of all of them, Pakot, his arms kind of around his neck in this uncaring attitude as the 3 of them troll slowly towards you. All of you are slowly, one by one, Zex being the first, Nime probably being the second, then Gil, Esme, and finally Suna and Rem, get to the point where all of you can see the doctor. And at this point, Zex, you've watched as he's been tracing this yellow, sparking lit line, and as he begins pulling it upward, you're realizing Your first assumption of it being a teleportation circle is not wrong, or not far off from the truth, but it is wrong. He's making a door.
Okay, interesting.
And as you actually get to him, he finishes kind of this casting, stitching this final corner of this golden sparking door, and you can see as what looked like just this sheer mirror-like reflective surface of the door, it becomes suddenly an actual passageway. And what you can see in the moment is it opens up into this this wooden floored, it looks like the inside of a house. And as you actually come up to him, without even kind of speaking, he immediately kind of grabs you, this leather gloved hand on your shoulder, and almost kind of forcefully like pushes you into the door.
Whoa. Nope, you wait. I'm waiting for the rest of them.
Yes, if the rest of them get here, they will come with, and I'll need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Well, that's unfortunate. 9.
That is a failure.
Yeah.
You take 14 points of thunder damage as he blasts you
Whoa.
into the door.
Oh, is Thunderwave.
It's Thunderwave. As you kind of fall through, you kind of immediately put your hands down and sit up looking at him, but he's already not paying attention to you, looking outward over his shoulder at the rest of the group who's approaching. Silex comes up and has like this almost standoff motion, as unlike you, he's not trying to get the golem to come through the door.
Can I hear sound on the other side?
You can.
Silex, come to me.
Silex bends over and barely squeezes through the door into this place. The next people who hear this, the pairing of, Nime would come first, and Nime, you get kind of the same treatment as he points through this door. You can see Zex, who's now standing kind of shakily to his feet, and a barely functioning stone golem on the other side of the door.
I'll just willingly jump through.
Okay. Next up, Gil and Esumi both come up, and he yanks his head over towards the door. Gil.
I mean, if it's big enough, I'm just gonna kind of
It's more
float us
or
both through.
yeah. If it's big enough for Silex, you're able to kind of squeeze through in your large in state. And then finally, the rays following the two of you, Suna and Rem, as the two of you.
Princess.
Oh,
We picked up Roxy, right?
yes, Roxy. Roxy probably would have gotten in with Nime
I was gonna say
at this
yeah.
point. Nime's a little bit faster, but Roxy also has bonus action dash, so she's fine.
Bonus action dash and was thrown ahead of.
Yes. And so the two of you, these eldritch blasts kind of scorching, blowing up the turf behind you, as he sees the two of you come in and kind of almost, he's not resting his hand on the door, but he kind of grabs the side of the saw that he had set up this arcane door on and gives a quick hand motion for the two of you to dive through.
Okay.
As the two of you move through this kind of tumbling motion, the air goes from crackling with heat of the summer day into this kind of cooled atmosphere as the two of you kind of stop, and you can still hear the shattering of stone behind you before the image of the doctor himself kind of steps in, and the door shuts, these rays of yellow light closing within on themselves.
Wait,
And you hear nothing.
recognize where we are?
You don't.
I haven't. Okay.
What you all see around you, as you've been paying more attention to what's on the other side as opposed to the door that you've just went through. It looks like you're in a entryway of a house. Except where the doctor stepped through would be where the door is. Except there is no door. There's no windows in this house either, but there are small, multicolored arcane lights floating around. These ambient, deep reds and purples and blues.
Can I'd like to life transfer a 4th level life. So
I'll just handle that for you. I'll just give her the 2nd level cure wounds. Or if we have time, I'll just begin prayer of healing.
I don't know if you're asking for permission whether you have time or not, but if you feel like you have time, you have time.
I'm asking you. I'm not asking the doctor.
If you feel like you have time, you can start it.
I mean, I'll ask him. I guess. You got 10 minutes?
I think we're going to be using more than 10 minutes.
I'll give it a go. I'll start up.
As Rem begins casting this spell, any of the minute-long effects wear off. The haste, the gigantism of Gil. Zex, if you wanted to drop the fly spell, any of those effects wear off. You're all covered in ash, blood, and sweat, breathing heavily. Once again, you guys have went from 100 to seemingly 0. A apocalyptic cascade of noise to deathly silence. As while Rem casts this, the man in the raven mask simply sits cross-legged. The 5 of you survived. That means the chance was not wasted.
Do you want to explain what that means?
I think the best way to answer that question is with a slightly annoying question. How many times do you think you've died so far? Gilgamesh, if I remember correctly, you've been killed both by friend and foe. You would believe that you've been knocked from this plane of existence twice so far.
Then why does it matter?
Because that's just not true. Every single one of you should be dead. However, because of your friend, Zex, you're not. This is the 2nd time today has happened. This is the 2nd time quite a few things have happened. The 7 Ascended killed the 5 of you. They did a very good job of it, too. The 5 of you, your past mentor, nodding at Esimi, The entire royal family, every arbiter, every ambassador, and the heroes that were left were scrambling for survival, not retaliation. It's complicated, to say the least, what happened. But I do believe I could show you, if words are not enough. Do not think of this offer as a privilege, mind you. Think of it as proof of failure and providing context that you've been robbed of for your entire life.
So you're just saying that we've been completely brainwashed to not even know?
No. You've been given a second chance. Your actions were your own. However, his actions, pointing at Zex, did change quite a bit when you all died. It was admirable of you to do so, but I do not believe there will be a second redo. As per my letter says, this is and was the last chance to make sure the 5 of you did not die again. Have you ever been curious how certain people were ahead of things? I think the best example would be Lackham, the Collector. She was always in the perfect spot. I will say, becoming an Arbiter was a new one of this version. That didn't happen before. Which means she knew that it had happened a different way, and took advantage of it. Why else would she be so nonchalant about 5 heroes collecting God-touched artifacts, specifically the ones that have caused so much woe for the Ascended in the past? Through a little bit of sacrifice and a little bit of forethought, we have put a slight damper in her plans. The 5 of you not dead, you have a chance of actually doing something now. A chance. I haven't had to explain myself, so this is a little difficult, a little odd to do. What is happening at the moment is an attempt at repeating history. I'm sure you're mostly, if not already completely aware of the Ascended and their obsession with godhood. They want to be gods. Some of them already consider themselves gods. Those of you who are more religious might know that the gods are separated from us. A divine plane that is locked off to mortals. Currently, they can't break through cosmic barriers, but they're working on it. The gods who are responsible for making good on your attempts, Zex, to get another chance, are currently just hiding behind their barricades, hoping for the 5 of you to clean up their mess, to wipe away their demigod toddlers that they don't see the need to let into their exclusive club. How do I explain it better? The Ascended are making a mess of the entire nation, and soon to be the entire material plane, and you 5 are the ones responsible for trying to clean up that mess.
I have a suggestion of where to start.
Well, if you may. And he stands up. You may follow me. And he begins walking, and you can see he opens up this oak door and steps into another room. It's immediately apparent when the room opens that there's this large glowing blue light that shines through the door as he opens it, as he steps through. Those of you that follow see this very large, laid out, glowing blue map. It looks like parchment, and if you reached out and felt it, it feels like parchment, but it's obviously enchanted. He kind of runs his gloved hand over the map in the center where you'd see Greywall, and as he rubs his thumb along it, the blue changes to red.
Question.
Map.
Seeing is still active. Technically, because it's not a concentration spell.
Mm-hmm.
Anything interesting?
The map is heavily enchanted, but there's nothing hidden by shape change or there's nothing to be truly revealed, no.
No false walls while we're walking through or anything like that either?
Not in this area, no.
Okay.
Can we have the world map then?
Mm-hmm. The thing I can say that I could give you is, well, Lackham had foresight that she used against you. I would be able to give you foresight to help you. I don't know what comes after this anymore. Yes, I did know what was coming. However, I had my reasons for not saying it, because the gods... Working with time is messy. And especially how Zex got his way is more messy. It's what happened before is when you perished, I should say, Zex, you made a last-ditch appeal. You had something, you did something. And they saw fit to give you a chance. But not a nice chance. With their held back power, they couldn't just actually rewind. up until this point, the world has been pulled back. Think about it this way. If I, and he basically, you watch as he kind of flicks his hand and conjures an apple into his hand. If I want this apple to go back from whence it came, the process, it's still going to grow in the same way. Under the same conditions, time flows normally. But if someone would know that the apple was going to grow and wanted to change it, they could theoretically do something to it. However, with no thought about the rest of the world around it, changing it could destroy other things. Every single time something changed in the past, Lackham or unknowingly through her butterfly effect, one of you did something different. The plane began to try and tear itself apart. I decided, because I couldn't exactly stop her from doing things to the plane, to try and reduce the amount of damage so that we had a chance in the first place. There's no point in saving a plane if we tear it apart ourselves. But no holds barred for the moment, as I do believe we are caught up where you reset everything, Zex. However,
I don't even fucking know what that means.
So, when are we then?
you are, I assume, a couple of minutes after you originally died.
Cool. You want to help me? You want to help me with that?
Sure.
In the
I don't know
timeline
when
stuff. Go ahead.
when I don't know. I don't know when I died.
You said you could show us our failure. Why don't we do that to get some context?
Why don't we do that? Sounds good.
He reaches into a bag and grabs a case, flicks it open, and there's just this black sheen across the case. As his hand moves into the scroll case, the hand disappears and sinks up to his elbow, before he grabs and pulls out a golden threaded scroll. If you would like to see your death, and Zexy hands it to you, unfurl the scroll, and any of you that want to witness it, touch it.
I'm touching that shit.
Okay.
I'll touch it.
Gimme.
I guess everyone who's touching it, I'll unfurl the scroll.
I want to see if my life was worthless or not.
I also want to touch it.
Touch so that I may learn from my mistakes.
I just want to know if I was useless. The answer is probably
really-
yes.
Yeah,
How much can you learn from a
You'll
disintegrate?
always.
Gil is never actually
How
that
much
helpful.
can you learn from a disintegrate?
Don't get hit by disintegrate.
Yeah, just don't.
You could
Forehead.
you could know what it's like to have someone do the cinnamon challenge with your body.
Oh
That is
my
something
fucking God,
Perfect.
stop.
You will never be able to experience in any other capacity.
Everything I've ever wanted.
as each of you grab a section of the scroll, Zex, you pull it open, and for half a second, nothing happens. But then each of you feel this tickling underneath your eyes. And as you close them to instinctually blink, instantly, each of your throats are full of warm liquid. Your left hand becomes completely numb. The side of your face is red hot, and you can't open your right eye. The smell of fire and ash and blood comes back, and you hear the choked gurglings of Nime. Your left eye opens, and you can see Zex's hand. No, that's his arm. It's just his arm. You shift your view, and you can see the bag that was on the arm next to it. And you watch as a red tiefling's hand, your hand, pulls out and grabs onto the stone floor and begins dragging yourself over towards the bag. As you glance around with the one eye you can open, the source of the gurgling is Nime. Nime is currently pulled up by the back of her neck by Kalung. Pieces of her neck hang around herself as the source of the gurgling is she's drowning in her own blood. You can see the half-crushed form of Esame about 10 feet away, unmoving. Gordos is close by, dragging away, bald in his hand, red hair, unmoving, glassy-eyed, the neck apparently snapped, Suna. As you crane your neck to the other side, still desperately scrambling towards your bag, you can see Gilgamesh. He's currently been parted in half. Kauta has driven his blade through the side of his neck, opening up his sternum and stomach, splitting straight down to the waist. Finally, as you get close to the bag itself, you fumble and you can see this other presence. Your vision is blurry and clouded, but the gleaming of the platinum shield is unmistakable. Rem's still alive, barely. You can see a section of his left leg is gone, and he's currently trying to prop himself up on the shield itself, his face streaked with dirt, and you can see his lips moving in a silent prayer. All of a sudden, this force, as you can see this kind of moving black and green energy fly from Rem's mouth and grab the bag and push it over to you. You immediately begin frantically searching with your one good arm until you pull out something that you barely remember. A single card case. Something that you used without thought and did very little before. The card is not the same. The card is not the same as it was. As when you flip open the envelope and you see the green burst of light slam into Rem, all you can think to say is, "Stop this. Stop this." This plead to this grinning face of a god on a playing card. And right as the person who just disintegrated Rem moves up to you, a triumphant face of a half-dragonborn, half-Asimir moves to point at you. The card winks, and you are pulled. All of you are pulled. You see, for a quick second, a flash. There is the man in the raven mask, Zex, Lackham, and Cord. None of the rest of you have seen this, but you guys recognize the glasses that Zex had made. The coat, the toothy grin. The grin quickly disappears. And the three people that are not the god are frozen still. All of you see two groups of people appear before you. You can see one silhouetted. The silhouettes of a gnome in armor, a massive dragonborn holding a great sword over his shoulder, the frame of a woman, sword on one shoulder, magic oozing from another, and a herringon, the sword, and a pistol. The other group, none of you recognize the silhouettes except Zex. A human as well, but male, looking to be in a suit jacket. A half-orc, wielding a great axe. A dragonborn of their own. However, this one carries a lance. And a very large furbolg. Each of you suddenly wake up. You're on the ground. The wooden floor of the structure, the scroll laid out across the five of your bodies. You're breathing heavily, but you quickly check each of your extremities, limbs, faces. They're all there.
Did you say where we were, or did we not recognize where we were?
Were back
for the first part of that.
You were back in the town square.
Okay.
It was a version of that fight where you lost.
And
you lost badly.
And then we didn't recognize the second group, meaning we didn't recognize. We wouldn't. So the old bard, wasn't in the second group.
No.
So
Zex,
that's not the old.
So
not
the
you know you recognize the second group.
and I Out of character, I also know who the second group is, I believe, if I remember correctly.
Out of character, I think each of you except for Jazz knows who the second group is.
Oh, I know exactly who it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
Oh.
nothing about nothing.
Yeah.
It's,
This is who we fought in the battle royale. That's in
Yes.
the beta party, right?
They are the
Yes.
people you fought in the Battle Royale.
That no one remembers.
That no one but Zex remembers.
Yeah.
okay.
So
Do you
How
remember
long
what
did
you
that
did now,
encounter-
Zex?
Say that again. Sorry. Didn't
Do you
quite get
remember
that.
what you did now, Zex?
I wouldn't call it remembering, but I suppose I know. Yes.
Very drastic actions for gods, but they are drastic beings. Nothing past the Ascended, as far as I know, has ever presented a issue for the gods. You or I understand that death is a part of life. It doesn't matter whether you're a human, Herringon, elf, or otherwise. Some live for 20, some live for 200, and others still try to use magic to prolong their lives, to be nigh immortal. However, gods don't have the luxury of knowing that their time is limited. And so when something threatens their life, they panic. And as such, the gods have decided to place their bets on you, because they're not willing to risk themselves.
So, okay. Are we stuck at 2 minutes, or has it now not been? Have we passed time, or are we stuck at 2 minutes prior? Currently,
We have, as far as I know, melded back to where the time should be. That last area, your friend made a decision. The 5 of you had failed, whether you'd like to call it that or not, and so the option to offload it on another group was given. Zex doesn't remember making the decision, but apparently enough faith was in you 5 to give a second chance. The fact that we've made it this far means that we're back to being the only version of our world. Anything that happens now is what happens. I don't think the gods will be willing to change things again. Nor do I think you own the influence, Zex, anymore to convince them to change anything.
No.
That was by far the most potently magic thing I've seen in my life. Currently just happy you didn't cause an apocalypse of your own. But I believe some good things are in order, as so many bad things have happened so far. Zex, I believe, through want or not, your association with altering the timeline has lended you to be the one most assertive in trying to find information about the Ascended. Am I wrong?
I suppose.
Now, I don't know whether that came to you naturally beforehand, before everything got reset, or if it was artificially inserted into you through barely remembered memories. But the good thing is, I think I know where each of them are going. The main reason I believe the 5 of you lost was, one, surprise, of course, and the second, the 7 of them together are nearly undefeatable. But
You don't say.
the gods, at least, believed that the 5 of you would be able to be a match for one of them. They're currently splitting up. They've, at the moment, cast and blocked in Greywall. The gates have been destroyed. The walls that have protected them are now their tomb at the moment, and, well, I don't think Greywall's enough for them. I have sensors set up almost anywhere on the nation of Papihos. Plenty on Greywall, and some of them are already gone. Gordos is no longer in Greywall. Can say the same of Papihos and Lackham. I believe those with
You know where?
I'm trying to figure that out right now. I have slight detect scrying. Papihos. Papihos and Sabline. They're probably going to the port towns.
Might meet our archer friend yet.
In what I know, the 7 of them believe that Greywall is finished. They've got their time. 10 minutes of healing for you was 10 minutes of causing the apocalypse for them. I can personally dedicate myself to finding out as much as possible for you. If you need allies, you need allies, and I can find them. If you need to know where they are, I believe you caused a specific, extreme mental toll for one of them, which might crack their barrier to scrying, and I could see them for the time being. But the 5 of you are the best hope that the nation has for the moment. You survived. Now you have to find a way to win.
Are any of them heading to Dentor right now?
As far as I know, no. There are some of them that don't teleport. I'm sure you've been rudely awakened. Some of them prefer to use more barbaric methods. for the moment, Gordos is moving south. Kauta is beginning to move north. Whether it's to the castle or outside of Greywall, I don't know yet. Solozi is beginning to move east. There's a lot to do, and I'm sure that you guys don't exactly have a strategy for the moment, so for the time being, I will start collecting information, and I will keep tending to the cracks that have already been caused in the material plane, stopping the plane from tearing itself apart from the damage that we already caused. You all need to recover. You're not exactly in fighting shape at the moment, and bad things are going to happen regardless. I recommend resting, recuperating, and strategizing. Try to find what you need and who you need. There are still people stuck inside Greywall, yes, but there are soon going to be tens of thousands of people dying in every other city that these demigod toddlers are deciding to inflict their wrath on. I'm sorry for the responsibility being thrust upon you, but as I said,
And
there's no one else left.
and could we return here if we leave?
I believe so. Do one of you know plane shift?
Yes.
Well, and he
We
reaches
don't have
just
to do
into the
that.
satchel, pulls out a fork. Welcome to my plane. You're able to return here if you can, and in dire straits. This is a place where they shouldn't be able to scry you. And at points, I should be able to step out and scry them. You're here to save, well, the world, so might as well give you every edge you have. And anything you can take. Now, you all need to get some rest. I'll keep a watch on sensors and wake you if anything, well, somehow more disastrous than 10,000 people dying happens. I'll inform you on locations, and you all can figure out where to go from there.
Odd question given the time, but why were you included in the little thing with God right before everything got reset?
I didn't want to be. They seemed interested in you. For some reason, either through annoying them or through otherwise, they were dividing each of you. Pakot wanted one, Gordos wanted another. Lackham couldn't stop herself from taking you and Rem, though. I was too late to stop Rem from turning to ash. And I don't think you felt it because, well, you didn't really have much feeling at all in your left side. But as you were speaking, I pulled the same song and dance that I did with my copy on the stage, teleporting next to you and trying to grab on. I believe I got pulled into this. And you accidentally made me tied to the material plane here. Technically speaking, I have it on good faith that I could leave now. The plane is broken, but it survived. I feel like I'm in it a little too deep, though. I'd hate to just leave the 5 of you to completely drown. I'd at least want you to have something to escape to.
And is it okay if,
The princess stays here.
yeah,
I do not believe there is any place safer. And the same thing
also,
for your
JC,
mentor.
what does this room smell like?
Nothing to you.
Fuck.
What does
I
it
like
smell
check.
to me?
I like check my face.
You still have a nose.
I just severed my nerve endings. Shit. I didn't need it anyway.
If you decide to rally allies, I could theoretically give them temporary shelter. However, I would say be careful of who you spend time on.
Don't you guys know an archer?
Yes.
No. I wouldn't say we know them at all.
And
Know
warn
of
you,
and knowing are not the same.
one friend's life might not be worth 10,000 innocents. You must rest, but time is short. Strategize, be decisive, and I'll try to help you where I can. But my knowledge runs dry.
Do you know why only you and Lackham remembered this happening?
It might have because we were in contact with you when you did it. Other than that, the gods are sick trickster toddlers. He breathes out this large pent-up sigh. Any frustrations with deities aside, though? Look within what you have available to you and what you think you can find. When you're rested, come back here and I'll tell you what has changed. But for now, the most important thing is that you're ready as soon as possible. And in this room, He sits once again cross-legged, and you can see the raven mask kind of bowed down in this kind of meditative state. As each of you kind of look at each other and back towards this blue map, you watch as speckles of red begin to overtake blue and Sabline in both on the east, west coasts begin to turn shades of crimson. The map of Papihos is beginning to bleed.
Just the whole, like, coast, or can we pick
You
out
can see
cities?
specific areas. You know one is Sabline, and you assume that there's a city on the east coast.
Is it Shackleforth?
It is.
Okay.
And as you can see, 1, 2, and the final city that begins bleeding red, Decaria. That's where we're going to end the session for the night. The Fall of Greywall. And 5 heroes with their last chance that they didn't know they had. Thank you everybody so much for watching.
Before we
Steve.
yell at you, I need to confirm 2 things with you.
Sure.
We did go back in time.
Yes.
The doctor is from the future? Question mark. Kinda, sorta.
He has
Will you let me
he has
count that?
future knowledge. If you look, it's your they made bingo cards.
We did.
I want
we
to know
made it.
if will you allow me to count it, or
It's your bingo card.
but it's your
I-
fucking
technically,
game.
technically, we are from
So-
the future too.
So,
Technically,
it's
Oh.
a
yes.
thing of basically what happened is the world happened, and then Zex basically managed to make the world roll back
It's,
an unspecified amount of time, and only the Doctor and Lackham, as far as you know, remember.
it's a thing of it's like a roll of film going,
Yes.
and we reach the end, and whatever Zex did with that card, basically ripped the whole chunk of the film off of our failure, and put a new piece there. And the reason the material plane is crushing itself is because that chunk of film that got ripped out still exists, and it wants to go somewhere, more or less.
That is probably the best explanation that I've got right now. Thank you.
Okay.
I can't exactly have the Doctor talk about rolls of film, though, so...
But I understand the idea of it.
Yes.
It's that, like, the timeline, the whole chunk of it was removed.
Mhm.
And not a new one, but basically the stream of consciousness of a few individuals was pulled and placed at that point. We split something in two, and there's a
Yes.
chunk missing now.
It's basically the world trying to reenact the story the exact same way. And because 2 people, and technically the gods, had prior knowledge, they tried pulling the film one way, pulling the film another, and it's causing the roll to get less and less stable up until this point where it snapped and now it's recording new things. But the roll is still damaged, and that's why the Doctor is doing what he's doing. He is, at the very least, he's claiming that his energy is going towards keeping the plane from tearing itself apart. He is monitoring the health of the material plane.
He's trying to anchor it.
Yes.
Okay.
My
One last
thing is,
thing.
did I get
Roll.
that thing back? I
Uh,
sent you something. Did I get that thing back?
Get the thing back.
Yes.
I'll have to check that. I don't see what it is.
I messaged you. I'll tell everyone because we're here. In the process of running away, I sent a sending spell. To Bears, and I'll tell you guys about it as we're resting anyway. I basically told her the city's no longer safe. her to leave town, the entire continent if she can, and basically told her to go back to my home, which she's been there before.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm waiting to see if I got a response back.
Got you. Well, we'll put that in because her response is not going to be direct if there is one. It's not going to be instant because she's dealing with something.
Probably death and murder.
Probably.
But it's been
what?
about
Oh, me.
40 minutes, so
Yep.
we're going to
One-
see how this goes.
One last thing, too. I just want to say Jacob alluded to this all the way back when we first were in the Lost City.
Hey, did you know that Lappin was Como?
One
I did not. Thank you for telling me.
fucking throwaway line.
What was the line?
You don't remember, do you?
Not the point. Do you want to fucking help us remember?
No, that
or
was
do
the
you wanna keep
line.
it to
That
yourself?
was the
Hey,
That
line.
was the line.
Is
You don't remember?
Is
Ah,
this the thing of that?
No, that was the
like
line.
if any of us had won the battle royale instead, this cutscene would be completely different.
Yes.
If
Whoever.
the other team won.
What happens if they had won? Yes.
Let's
Yeah.
say Vincent won. What
Mhm.
happens then?
If Vincent had won. So
Remember when he lied and told us
Or
the battle
Johnny.
royale didn't matter?
Mhm.
Johnny is more funny.
So if Johnny had won, so the biggest thing is myself taking a gamble on Zex's personality. If the battle royale had resulted in basically Johnny winning, that would have been it wouldn't have resulted in too much difference because at the end of the day, Zex did technically get to choose who went and which group went and which group didn't. The main problem though is the card that was awarded, correct? That's what you're thinking of?
I am thinking a little bit of the card because that card wasn't on the table for the Battle Royale.
It was not.
They couldn't do it a second time.
No, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
There was like one to give me information on the voice, the
Mhm.
location of that, the one I picked, and then I don't remember what the last one was. It might have been information on one other thing. I don't remember what it was.
Mm-hmm. But it's basically basically the battle royale technically is canon of it was the group trying to prove that they were good enough. They didn't know that they were proving they were good enough, and so they were fighting each other as well. But it was basically you proving that you were still skilled enough to succeed.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
I think I died very early on too.
I was the first one to die.
So
I
that
didn't do
was-
that
I
at all.
think I was third.
So, oh, that's so weird. So did Zex technically just have the card on him the entire time after the reset? Was the reset point in Foremount? Because that's when the card came in?
It was.
So that
So-
means every fuck up that we did before Foremount existed.
Yes.
Definitively existed, yes.
Oh,
So-
man.
Definitively
the
existed.
The reset was Foremount.
The
Yes.
reset was in Foremount because that's when the card came in.
Okay, so just to pull it up really quickly, to give you guys some
First-
context of our failures. If the battle
I
royale,
will-
so Foremount being the existence of
Well,
when the timeline split.
And think of it like that of the last time the Doctor was intimately involved before he had to get pulled away for anything was the tournament. And that was before Foremount. And then before that it was looking for something in the ruins, which you guys didn't do. And then after that, Foremount happened, and he's been... You guys, I don't think, have seen the Doctor with the chain until now again.
Are we talking about the Tiber arc Foremount?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
No matter what happened, we in some way, shape, or form were stuck dealing with these people. Is the thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
the gods
But the
stuck you
dungeon-
to these guys.
The Dungeon of Souls was before that.
It was before.
Because you notice Lackham detected you guys in the dungeon. She wasn't there.
Hmm. If she had known, she would have been there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
So
With
then
that,
was-
I'm not gonna subject the stream to this any longer. So I'm gonna run through the finish. You guys can keep asking me questions after this, but thank you everybody so much for watching. That was quite a session 100. Big things, I would say. Jazz, you do get to level up Nime.
Fucking hate times.
Dude, hell yeah.
Can we level up?
I'm
Give me level-
taking sharpshooter.
What level are you going to?
15.
You don't get a feat at 15.
What the
You get it
fuck
at
do you
16.
mean? Well, I didn't ask. JC,
Okay, but thank you everybody.
taking fucking sharpshooter.
If you're taking another level in fighter, please, you can just roll your d10 right now. And we'll finish on Nime's d10 roll.
Bet. Oh no, I dropped it.
When's the last time this man gave me a fucking level?
6.
6. All right.
Love the average.
And with that, thank you everybody so much for watching. Thank you, Jazz, Suzanne, Alpha, Chaves, and Helminia for joining me. And now, almost everything's on the table. We'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.